Hello race fans and welcome to the beautiful hills of Austria, here for the 2023 Austrian Grand Prix for the qualifying on Saturday. A very fast and short lap, minimal mistakes are required around this track, but let's see what our drivers can do. And here's your practice report for the Austrian Grand Prix. And Kato Watanabe actually had the upper hand on Mick Schumacher at this venue, but the Red Bulls, the aforementioned Red Bull Ring, the Bulls look strong here. And again, Max Verstappen tops practice too, but Kato Watanabe, he stays within the top 6, but Schumacher down the order. However, in practice 3, Watanabe once again showing to have the pace, but Schumacher down in 10th. So the Toyotas seem to be not exactly on front-running pace around this circuit. Let's look at the setup for this weekend, and as you can see, pretty stock standard setup. News from the weekend is that Toyota re-signed a deal with Akita Oil as their main fuel supplier for this season. A good partnership between Toyota and this Spanish-based oil company. In terms of upgrades, Toyota brings a front downforce upgrade, a huge one that hopefully will help them with their aerodynamics. And as you can see, Toyota announced that their new wind tunnel that they've been constructing for a while at their factory is all good to go. Toyota stays ahead of Ferrari in the pecking order, but no rain anticipated in the Austrian hillside. Around the final corner we go. Kato Watanabe a little wide through the final corner, barreling towards the line. Where's it going to put him? And it's going to put him P4. Purple second sector for Watanabe, but he's lost a lot of time through the third sector. Through turn 9 we go. And there he goes. As probably expected, Watanabe enters the pits. But he finishes P6 overall. Not a bad session for the Toyota drivers, with Schumacher in 11th. And unfortunately, Russell cannot repeat on some of his Q2 success. Final corner again, Watanabe a little wide, but trying to qualify on the medium compound tires. Crossing the line, where's it going to put him? P2, 7 tenths. 3 tenths up on his previous time. The second sector, not a great run for the Toyota driver, but he puts him up into 4th place. By the end of the session, Watanabe down in 9th. Schumacher makes it through just barely in 10th. And the Red Bull of Sergio Perez is strong, but Max Verstappen and the two Mercedes on the medium compound tires. Through the final corner we go. Watanabe's always struggled through that final corner, always going a little wide. That's surely going to enter his lap, 4th overall. Purple second sector, green first. However, the third sector, really bad for Toyota driver, goes extremely wide, and that's qualifying over. Unfortunately, no improvement on his lap. And Watanabe and Schumacher will start the race in P9 and P10 at the moment, very far behind the front runners. So it looks like they'll be scrabbling for points, and with the current financial state of the team, that is not what they want. The hills are alive, my friends. The hills are alive with the sound of V6 turbo hybrid engine power as we head to the Austrian Grand Prix here at the Spielberg circuit, or as it's otherwise known as the Red Bull Ring. Let's see what our drivers can do, and will the Charging Bulls take a win at their home Grand Prix? We'll have to wait and see, but this venue is surely going to bring some exciting racing. Here we go to the 10-turn Spielberg circuit. It's a short lap around this very short circuit. Here we go. 3 DRS zones in back-to-back-to-back, which will facilitate some overtakes into turn 1, 3, and hopefully into turn 4, if you're a little audacious. However, don't be like Alex Albon and go around the outside, because you could end up in the gravel trap. And here we are. Here's your starting grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. The Red Bulls look to be pretty good, but the Mercedes are flying high. However, Toyota will want to make their way up the grid as their financial state will require them to maximize on every point they can get. And here we go. Here's your starting grid for the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. Lewis Hamilton takes pole position. Sergio Perez on his front row, though. The Mexican driver is thriving this season at the Red Bull team. Let's see if he can keep the form up. Verstappen 3rd, Bottas 4th, Norris 5th, and Charles Leclerc down in P6. Daniel Ricciardo 7th, Kato Watanabe promoted to 8th, along with Mick Schumacher in 9th, Fernando Alonso in 10th, Esteban Ocon 11th, Gasly 12th, Russell 13th, and Vettel in 14th, then Giovinazzi 15th, Stroll 16th, Sainz of an engine penalty down in 17th, with Nicholas Latifi in 18th, then Sato 19th, Mazepin 20th, along with Zhou Guanyu in 21st, and Tsunoda at the back of the grid. That's our grid all set up for this exciting race. So let's see what our drivers can bring this race. 5 red lights. The hills are roaring of engines. What can our drivers do? Who's going to get a great launch off the line? It's foot to the floor, and here we go. Off the line we go. It's a great start from the Red Bulls. But Max Verstappen looking to test his team into turn 1. Kato Watanabe makes it a few places. He makes contact with the back of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari, and now it has impeded his progress. No front wing damage from what we can see, and now he's going wheel to wheel with Daniel Ricciardo, who's on the soft compound tires, which is going to give him an edge. Kato Watanabe threatening to be swarmed, diving into turn 3, squeezes Ricciardo in a pincer move between him and the Ferrari, and he holds the place, but the Ferrari driver is going to be very, very annoyed by that. Let's look at the replay here. You can see down the inside he goes. Tries to go down the inside, but it's 3 wide up ahead. There's no way a move's going to be done, and he's lucky just to get that minimal bit of front wing damage. Here we go from Ricciardo's point of view, and you can just see just how he gets squeezed. There's nowhere for him to go except to back out, but try telling a racing driver to back out of a corner. That is something that, well, no one's really willing to do, and unfortunately Ricciardo got the worst of it.
Whatever just happened, I think pretty up.
Here we go, Ricciardo slow, so he definitely has some sort of front wing damage. Heading into the pit lane, going, oh, there's contact between him and Mick Schumacher, and that is a front wing end plate that went flying. Is it on Ricciardo? I don't think it is, but he's definitely going in for repairs. Let's look at the replay here. You can see it's totally Mick Schumacher, and that's just the unfortunate issue. We've seen it time and time again with Austria, because it's situated on where the racing line is through turn 9, is really not helpful for any driver here. You can see yeah, Schumacher just goes right into him, though. I mean, should he have been aware that Ricciardo was pinning on this lap? Maybe. A bit of bad communication between him and the team. However, that's not going to do much to reconcile the fact that that has ruined Schumacher's race. Ricciardo definitely probably going in for a front wing change. And there we go. See, yeah, he just hits him right head on. And yes, that's a bit on Schumacher.
No, I mean, let's clear my corner.
Nick, we're going to pause. We're going to split the other front wing up.
Really unfortunate for him, and confirmation as Ricciardo pits that he isn't coming in for a front wing change. Here we go, down this long stretch we go towards turn 3, and Charles Leclerc has DRS on Kato Watanabe. They're going to go side by side into turn 3. Watanabe on the outside, going to try and squeeze the Ferrari onto the apex. What can he do? Better grip on the mediums at this stage, maybe? He has the move done, though, and that was a great race. Here we go, Lando Norris with Valtteri Bottas right behind him with DRS. The Mercedes is faster than that McLaren, but Lando Norris, he's gone very well around this circuit. Remember, his first podium in Formula 1 was at this very venue. So what can the British driver do as he squeezes the fin towards the outside, heading into turn 3. They're side by side into the corner. Who's going to get the better grip off? Is it going to be Bottas? We've seen Watanabe with the medium tire can get it done on the softs, but Lando Norris has got the pace, he's got the DRS. They're still side by side. This is some cracking racing as we head towards turn 4, and Lando Norris a little more confident on the brakes compared to the Mercedes, holds position. Brilliant stuff. Are we going to get a rematch between these two? Bottas with DRS, side by side yet again. This is deja vu from what we saw before, but this time Bottas seems to have gotten the better traction. They're side by side. Who's got the DRS? It's Bottas this time. Bottas has the DRS, and that surely will help him close out the move. Will it, though? They're still side by side, and Bottas this time, braking late, takes the position. P4 for the Finn, and that is some brilliant racing. Watanabe on those medium tires. He's going to be going long into this race, perhaps, as Norris pits off the softs, and therefore all of those ahead of him on the softs will lose their places. Heading down towards turn 9, and Verstappen pits. So the first of the medium tire runners is pitting already. That is quite surprising, actually. It's really early for a 2-stop. But Watanabe, I mean, the option is open for a 1-stop strategy, and Toyota, who doesn't look strong around this circuit, will certainly be looking for something. Around turn 9 we go. Bottas pits on this lap. So yes, the medium tire runners are coming in very early, but Watanabe stays out. He's trying to hold on to track position, but Sergio Perez still on those soft tires. Perez finally pits, so he's pit way later compared to the other soft tire runners. However, we know how much of a tire whisperer Sergio Perez is, and he's clearly showing his expertise, as that could set him up for a crucial race win here in the Austrian hillside, as Watanabe makes it past him to inherit the lead of the Grand Prix, passing Mazepin, and Watanabe once again finds himself in the front of the field. Around turn 10 we go, and Max Verstappen is all over the back of Watanabe. He's been on those tires for almost 20 laps at this point, and Verstappen gets the move done easy on those fresh medium compound tires. He holds the position, and now Watanabe is going to be under siege from Hamilton, and Perez, all done behind, are on fresher tires compared to him. This was the gamble that Toyota took when they chose the strategy. Watanabe fighting Hamilton down the inside, squeezing the Mercedes out towards the outside, and that is move done and dusted. heading down towards turn 9 now. Hamilton's got a better run out of the right left, and Hamilton barreling around the outside. That is a scintillating move. However, Watanabe didn't really contest that because he's pitting on this lap onto a set of soft compound tires. So that is going to be very interesting. Can a soft tire run 16 laps? We saw some drivers in this race pit 5 laps after putting on soft tires at the beginning of the race. And we've seen Sergio Perez take it to 15, so he's really going to have to try to be a tire whisperer now. There's a very slow stop from the boys and girls at Toyota Racing, though. That's so unfortunate, and that's going to mean more places for Watanabe to make up. And unfortunately, it seems that he has a DRS problem. So unfortunately, he won't even be able to use the DRS to help him make some overtakes. And that looks like an Aston Martin. Sebastian Vettel, oh, and there's smoke. And that is Vettel's race. Unfortunately over. The Aston Martin driver. Aston Martin this season hasn't really been very competitive, and unfortunately Vettel is suffering from that. Oh, there's a Mercedes going right into the back of the Aston Martin. That surely is front wing damage for that Mercedes, and Vettel retiring from this race. And Watanabe will inherit that place, and Norris pits for his second stop. So the soft tire runners are definitely running a 2-stopper. Let's look at the replay. See, that it's Lewis Hamilton, actually, our race leader, hits the back of Sebastian Vettel, and that's a left front end plate gone, and that is so unfortunate for Hamilton, our championship leader.
Engine failure.
Coming. Slow down.
Yeah, I'll slow it down. Just trying to park the car.
That's so unfortunate for Sebastian Vettel. 4-time world champion, remember. And here's Lewis Hamilton kind of barreling down the straight. And doing in his defense, he doesn't realize that Vettel is slowing down for an engine failure. It's right when he goes to the back of him that the engine smoke really does appear. Hamilton pits on this lap for a front wing change, and that's seriously going to play into the Drivers' Championship, as now Bottas is in P2 and will make up some serious ground on his teammate. Bottas pits onto a set of soft compound tires, so that's a very aggressive 2-stop strategy from the Mercedes driver. Verstappen's on a similar strategy. He's on softs, and suddenly Toyota's 1-stop gamble seems to be a recipe made for disaster as he passes Latifi. Barreling down the straight, Watanabe catching up to Charles Leclerc on those medium tires. What's he going to be able to do? Watanabe, down into turn 3. He's going to bide his patience as there's another DRS zone heading towards turn 4. Watanabe opens the rear wing, barreling down towards Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Leclerc defends the outside, but Watanabe's going to go down the inside. Thank you very much. And this is going to be 2020 PTSD. He's got a wheel ahead. He squeezes Leclerc towards the outside, and that's move done. Let's look at the replay here. Was it a little unfair? Was it a little harsh on Watanabe? A little bit. He does push Leclerc a little wide. However, that is fair racing, and there was no contact overall. Here goes Max Verstappen. He's been on a charge since he's put on those soft tires, and he's been absolutely lightning fast. The charging bull at the Red Bull ring makes the move around Lando Norris around the outside, and that is some good racing. Here goes Watanabe into turn 7. Into turn 8 now. He's very slow out of that corner, and Bottas is all over him. And if the Mercedes can do that, then surely the charging Red Bull will make the moves done, as Bottas makes a brilliant overtake around Watanabe, and Watanabe loses a spot on the podium. Here goes Max Verstappen on Charles Leclerc. These two have had battles here in the past. Remember 2019? Remember how fearsome that fight for the lead was between these two? But it seems like Leclerc's got no answer to Verstappen's pace as he gets the move done well before the first corner. On the last lap, we are Sergio Perez. He's been a tire whisperer, and in the hills of Austria, the sounds of tires have been all he's needed to win this race. Valtteri Bottas in P2, but our third place spot on the podium is not determined as Max Verstappen is all over the back of Kato Watanabe, who has less grippy, soft tires compared to Verstappen. He's got a little snap through turn 8. Verstappen's going to go side by side into the last 2 corners. Third place is going to be decided in right here. Let's see Max Verstappen down the inside, and Watanabe goes wide. Watanabe's wide. He hasn't got the grip to go around the outside, and Max Verstappen snatches the podium from Watanabe. However, the Toyota driver can get solace in the fact that this is his first back-to-back finish this season after a slurry of DNFs. However, Watanabe, that's going to be a little comfort as he loses the spot on the podium. Look at the replay here. You can see Watanabe tries to go around the outside, but he just hasn't got the grip. He's turning the wheel in, but the car is just not gripping with the surface. Sergio Perez, our tire whisperer, he heard the music from the rubber, and he's made it all work to get P1 in this race. So the one stop can work. However, it didn't work out for Watanabe. And Mick Schumacher, after that contact with Daniel Ricciardo, is down in P12 outside the points. And Watanabe passes Schumacher still in the driver's standings, and Hamilton's lead over the top is down to 1 point to his teammate Verstappen, 6 points behind. So heading towards the summer break, this championship is far from over. Nothing changes in the constructors. Perez is on top here in Austria, but we head to Silverstone next for the British Grand Prix, and hopefully you can join us all then. But for now, that's it from us.